early in the morning, time to get it in. Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
But I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you thinking that I'm asking.
Good morning, Kim.
Popping cause my sound is supersonic. I done came so far, and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Yeah, it's just another day in the Golden State.
Shout out.
Tossing and turning up, time for assignment. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all and follow through on what I promise. And even if I fail, at least I was honest. See, I can only do what's in my power to do, and what good is this power if I use it like a fool? If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings, and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy,
I ain't even had my coffee. Good morning.
And be careful when you flashing.
And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
It's getting too spicy,
I ain't even had my coffee.
I just put my watch on, you know what time it is. I'm chasing my purpose in this music business.
Hey.
Let's get it in, I'm so focused.
Good morning,
on my
Rick.
mission. There's no competition,
There's no excuses for opposition. Hey, I gotta listen if I wanna make a difference. Hey,
what I'm doing can be lost in an instant.
now I'm making a leap.
So why the hell are they tripping?
Is it because I'm the one that they see in their visions? I got a million different ways I could hit with precision. I know I'm gifted cause the way that I speak causes change. And even though it's hard, I stayed in my lane. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you got to stay in your lane. Alright, let's get this show started. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. You know what we came to do. Good morning,
Sometimes it
Lisa.
gotta be this way.
None of that Trump nonsense, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
it shouldn't. Yeah. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't play these games no more. What you
Good
looking
morning,
at me
Star.
for?
Good
I just
morning.
want the money, yo. All these games that you be playing.
Southern Delight. Good morning.
I don't really like to play.
All right. Aloha. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning. Ian. Good morning.
Yeah, you keep on showing.
Julian. Good morning. Dick the Ruler. AC. Let's go.
I'm the type to get a deal. I'm the type to chase a man.
Slick and slick. Let's go.
Like
Tara.
I have SARS, ride around fast cars.
Rapping like behind bars. I do this all for my dogs.
This is what it all costs
When you gotta be the boss.
If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the show. Getting off to a rocky start. And you know what that means? We're going to have a rocky finish. Wow. And thank you so much for those beautiful ice skates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. All right. We don't got all day to do the Lord's work, so we got to strike while the iron is hot. You know how we get down over here. All right. So let's get some of the housekeeping items out of the way. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus right there, or as some like to say, Triple H. I'm the real Triple H. There's another character out here. His name is Day. He calls himself Triple H, but make no mistake, he got that from Zeus. But you know, a lot of people do a lot of things out here on this app, you know, when they're, you know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery. So I totally understand and get it. All right. Now, the reason they call me Triple H is quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me, all right? I promise to tell you nothing but the truth, so help me God. All right, that's the first H. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen up. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. Not that much. All right, and just because your feelings are hurt doesn't mean that I owe you an apology. Cut it out. All right, and then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. Now, many of you know what we do over here on this side of town. What we do is very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And we all know when it comes to the right, There's plenty of crimes. Isn't that right, Miss Boss Diva? There's plenty of crimes for our friends on the right. All right, so listen up. If you don't like hearing the truth, you're factose intolerant. That means you're allergic to facts, right? If you're one of these knuckleheads that all you know how to do is go onto these lives on TikTok and type silly things like Trump 2024, Democrats, and all that other silly stuff because you don't got nothing higher than an 8th grade education, right? Or you may be working for your leader, Vladimir Putin. I got some bad news for you. It doesn't work over here. There's nothing you can say to change my mind about anything that's going on out here in the real world, okay? Because I live in reality and you live in make-believe land. A lot of you Trump supporters, especially you grown men, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Grown men pledging unwavering loyalty to a criminal, to a man that sexually assaults women. And then to you ladies out there that support this, shame on you. Am I right? Straight facts? I see you out there looking real perpendicular on them. Keep up the great work. We give MAGA daily doses of booze and shame because once I realized that the Maga Republican Party has no shame, I said, you know what? It's my God-given duty to make sure every single chance I get, I remind them of how terrible and evil they are by giving them what they deserve. Lots of booze and shame, all right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with today's show, all right? Now, normally I like to kind of spread the love, so to speak, in terms of what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is change it up and do something slightly different. Number one, what is this MAGA? MAGA, can one of you please explain to me Donald Trump before, yesterday at the caucus in Iowa, I got a video of this guy coming down the stairs. They always talk about ever since he came down the stairs, it's like the world's been against him. No. False. That's a lie from the pits of hell. But what I see right there, that little bulge attacking, me and him had a back and forth about it. This is disturbing, MAGA. Your leader has once again been caught wearing a diaper. Yeah. Donald Trump is now, it's certified, it's official, it's in the public record. This is going down in the history books. The most criminal president in United States history is walking around in adult diapers. And you Trump supporters, especially you grown men, this is who you want to worship and follow. So to the folks out there, Struggles, who Snuggles is, and Trick Bait, I'm starting to have second thoughts about what's really going on. I'm starting to think that most of you men out there, especially you Trump supporters, I'm starting to think most of y'all wear diapers, right? Don't say another word about President Biden. This is a grown baby that y'all out here worshiping. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Right, TJ? I mean, these guys get out here and openly endorse and promote this. Any Trump supporters out there right now? Any Trump supporters out there? No, I do not worship or follow. No. If you vote for Donald Trump, you worship Donald Trump. I don't buy that, not one bit. All right, any of you Trump supporters out there, let me ask you a question, and let's be honest. It's just you and me. Would you smell his diaper? Would you smell this diaper? I'm be honest with you. Yeah. All of you that said right here, would y'all smell his diaper? Put a yes out there. Any of you Trump supporters, would y'all smell his diaper? Let me see. Put a yes out there if you would. All right. And if they say yes, moderators, please pin it on the. Put any Trump supporters. I'm looking for a yes. Y'all were real brave just a few seconds ago, but now when it's time to get down to business, you just didn't come through like I thought you would. You know what? I'm so disappointed in you, MAGA, because here's the thing. You don't really have an option. He's going to make you smell that diaper. He will. All right. And that's part of being in the cult. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started a little bit. One of the things that I want to make sure I talk about, right? I was in my good friend Angie's live yesterday. And there's this thing MAGA is doing religiously. They think that we on the left, us Democrats, I will say this, those of us who stand for the truth, how about that? I won't put a political party on it. They seem to now believe it is our responsibility to get onto social media, TikTok, and educate them, right? And so I was having a conversation with this guy, and just like, what was his name? Lion Mike. His name was Lion Mike. And I was trying to help him understand that Donald Trump has sold our secrets out to the highest bidder. And he wouldn't believe it. And so he said, you got to show me the proof, Zeus. So I didn't want to because, I don't really like doing what they tell me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's just get it out there in the open so people understand why we feel the way we feel, why we say what we say when we come out here and give them information. Mike, and any of you MAGA possessed demons that can't read and are proud that you can't read, this is a report right here that I would like for all of you, along with those indictments, to add to your list of things to read, all right? And if you need help reading, just reach out to Zeus. I'll help you understand it, all right? Read and then comprehend. This is the report that has recently came out. Look at the date, January 4th. All right, White House for sale. How princes, prime ministers, and premiers paid off President Trump. This is why a lot of us are saying Donald Trump took money from foreign countries, especially China. So if you get out here and embarrass yourself by saying Joe Biden took some money or Hunter Biden, I want you to personally understand where I'm standing on this. I could care less what Joe Biden and Hunter Biden have done at this point. It doesn't even matter. You could literally show me evidence of it at this point. I don't care. And the reason that I don't care is because you don't care about this. So why would I care about something you don't care about? All right. So along those lines, I want to make sure we have an understanding. Now, in a world where things make sense, you MAGA demons, this is the position I would take. All right. We would address things like the crucial issue, all right, that strikes at the heart of our democracy and the integrity of our nation. The acceptance of money from foreign countries by our leaders, particularly former President Trump. In a world where things were as they should be, we would have this conversation. The United States of America has always prided itself on being a beacon of freedom, democracy, and independence. And our founding fathers fought and sacrificed to establish a nation that would be free from the influences of foreign powers. They envisioned a government that would serve the interests of the American people alone without being swayed by outside agendas or monetary influences. In other words, they made it a point to make sure the leader of this country wasn't being influenced by the highest bidder. All right, that's how this is supposed to work. And this little silly excuse you're using, well, we know what Trump's businesses are. I don't buy it. Because what do we have happening in New York? Evidence that Donald Trump has been committing fraud for decades. Yeah. Takes a crook to catch a crook, right? You know how that goes. So we got the evidence to know that Donald Trump has been committing fraud his entire life. And now we're going to layer that in with the fact that while he was president, he was accepting money from China and other countries, up to 20 different countries. And you want to get out here and talk about President Biden? Shame on you. All right. Now, my position is this. We must vehemently oppose any leader, including former president, who seeks to accept money from foreign countries. Doing so not only undermines the principles upon which our nation was built, but it also compromises the sovereignty of our country and the trust that the American people have placed in their leaders. This is my real position. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I can't take this position because the war that's going on right now with truth versus evil, truth versus lies, won't allow me to currently put 10 toes down on this position. The position that I am taking at this moment is, in light of the fact that Donald Trump continues to violate the Constitution, he continues to break the law, and while he does it, his supporters continue to cheer him on. Well, number one, I agree. We're going to continue to make sure our leaders are going to be held to the highest ethical standards, right? I'm not okay with Biden doing this by any stretch of the imagination. However, for the sake of maintaining order in this kingdom, I want to tell you, Trump supporters, I don't care. I don't want to hear another word about President Biden until you first address Donald Trump getting money from China. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving these MAGA demons, these fake Christians, these liars, these traitors, these treasonous grifters, what they deserve. Our first round of booze and shame. All right. I didn't even get to kick my show off the way I normally do. I forgot to say this. If you're unhappy with the truth, if you're lactose intolerant, you're one of those individuals, you might want to leave this live right now because I'm just getting started. I'm just warming up on you Trump supporters, you MAGA possessed demons. Get on out of here. I don't care. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy
Thank you.
in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You heard what he said. If you are not happy in the United States of America, do us all a huge favor. Pack your bags and leave. Nothing grinds my gears more than a Trump supporter in the United States of America crying every day on TikTok. I don't even want to go in these lives with some of these crybabies anymore. It's getting old. It's getting tiring. It really is. MAGA, it's over. Listen to what I'm telling you. Your big brother Zeus is telling you. The MAGA movement is over. The MAGA brand is over. The MAGA cult is over. There will never be a Trump 2024 because everyone knows what's really going on. This right here. I can't believe our Secret Service has to escort this guy to court on a regular basis. Waste of taxpayers' money. He's a criminal, lock him up, put him in the bottom of the jail. But here we are. So let's get started with some of today's headlines. Trump's trial in E. Jean Carroll defamation case is beginning, all right? Donald Trump is back in a New York courthouse this morning for a second E. Jean Carroll defamation trial. Why is this? No, I can't battle. For a second E. Jean Carroll defamation trial, a jury will be asked how much money in damages the former president must pay Carroll for his 2019 defamatory statements about her SA allegations. Just so you all understand what's going on, a judge has already found Trump liable in a separate trial last year, and a jury found Trump sexually assaulted Carroll and defamed her in 2022 statements. Judge Lewis Kaplan said the verdict will carry over this defamation trial, so the trial will be limited to damages. And what is Donald Trump saying? Well, you know what Donald Trump is saying. He's denying any wrongdoing, of course. Look at him. Look at this knucklehead. This is what he posted on Truth Social, right? As far as I'm concerned, another example of him defaming E. Jean Carroll, and I would enter this as evidence. This would be like exhibit 355,000. That's what I would say. This is another exhibit, Judge, of why 10 million wasn't enough. We should up the ante and make him and his supporters, pay 50 million, right? Wouldn't that be nice? This is what he says after a historic win in Iowa. We got to talk about Iowa. I am going to the Biden-encouraged witch hunt in Lower Manhattan to fight against a fake case from a woman I have never met, seen, or touched. Celebrity lines don't count. This is embarrassing. Naturally, it starts right after Iowa during the very important New Hampshire primary. where despite their sinister attempts, I will be tonight, it is a giant election interference scam pushed and financed by political operatives. I had no idea who this woman is. Pure fiction. This is embarrassing, right? And this is indicative of MAGA. You notice this, if you follow every MAGA conspiracy, like I had this guy in my box yesterday who was trying to convince me that the FBI was somehow involved with planning January 6th. I know he was a little bit on the special side, which is why I tell a lot of these Trump supporters, sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. But listen up, if you believe the FBI was involved with January 6th, then you also have to believe the FBI was planning an attack on itself. Let me say that again for you slow ones out there. If you believe the FBI was involved in what happened on January 6th, that means you believe the FBI planned an attack on itself. And you know, just like I know, that don't make any sense. Because it's like the good book says, a kingdom divided cannot stand. Now let that sink in for you poorly educated fools out there. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame! MAGA. No matter how you look at January 6th, I'm going to put the saddle on you and I'm going to keep riding because I'm a cowboy when it comes to this, all right? No matter how many ways you try to angleize, all right, or hypothesize what happened on January 6th, every way you think of it that's not the truth will always come back to MAGA dividing themselves. And you got to start saying to yourself, how can you be successful if you keep dividing yourself? If you want to say it was the Democrats or no, BLM, Antifa, or what do they call it? BLM, Antifa, and FBI, whatever you want to say. Okay, so if the Democrats planned it, why would the Democrats plan that when it was clear the Democrats won? It don't make sense. The only thing that makes sense when you really sit down and think about it is this is Donald Trump and his supporters doing this silly stuff. Yeah. That's why they're sitting in prison. You knuckleheads. All right. Now let's get back to this Iowa thing. All right. All right. Trump supporters yesterday, they were messaging me, oh, Zeus, Trump won. He won Iowa. And this is a sign of things to come. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you who else won Iowa. All right. Before we move on. Let's see if I got that photo. Let me see if I got that photo. Who else won Iowa, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. Iowa caucus winners. Ted Cruz, Rick Santorum, Mike Huckabee. Donald Trump has just joined another list of winners/losers. Congratulations, Donald Trump. And yesterday on the news, they had a little fun with him. They said, he hasn't had any wins in several years. You got to hear this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they did something that I said, what, this definitely needs to hit play on. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see if we can get this thing queued up for you MAGA demons, all right? Because Donald Trump, you know what he says all the time, right? You know what he says all the time. What is his thing? Here he goes.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy.
Right.
We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Ooh. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
I don't know about you, but the way that he said that, I feel like I need to file a lawsuit for being S8. It felt like somewhere along the lines, it went from him talking to his diaper coming off and folks getting violated, right? I don't know how he managed to channel the MAGA demon into saying that and to put all those visuals in my head, but I feel violated after hearing him say that. Someone please find me an attorney. All right, one of these TikTok lawyers. All right, I want to file a case against Donald Trump because the way that he said that was disturbing and disgusting. All right, let's listen up.
Right before he was starting to speak. And then, as Jake emphasized, very uncharacteristic. You don't want to read too much into it, but clearly he got the message that this is when he was saying, Caitlin, come together, praising his rivals, that was what he wanted people to hear in this moment.
Yeah, it shows how confident he feels coming off of this win. I mean, I haven't heard Donald Trump give a speech like that probably in 8 years, and I've been to a lot of Donald Trump speeches.
Right.
I mean, he hasn't called Ron DeSantis Ron since Ron DeSantis entered the presidential race. He has only called him by nicknames and called him disloyal. And to see him give that speech, I think, speaks to how he feels after this victory tonight. But I also think this is a speech that he's giving after he has not had any wins in several years. I mean, he lost the 2020 election. He's facing 91 criminal counts. He's going to be in a New York courtroom tomorrow for a trial where a jury will determine how much he owes the columnist E. Jean Carroll for defaming her, something that they've already decided. They're not deciding that, they're deciding how much he owes her. And I think that is what is fueling that attitude that you saw there, where he was speaking graciously of his opponents, clearly calling on them to drop out of the race, and talking about this notion of uniting the country, which struck me given obviously how polarized the country is at the...
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw what it is. He's winning, all right. He's winning, being the biggest loser in American history, all right? So you know what we got to do. Let's give this winner, Donald J. Trump, what he deserves, because we all know this is 2024, the year that him and his supporters are going to win very big in the courtroom, all right? And when I say that, that means they're going to get convicted. They're going to be the most criminally convicted party in the United States history. Let's give them what they deserve, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of booze and shame. I still see some dissension out there in the comment section.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Good morning, Steph. I see you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now look at what we have right here. Biden warns America, it's you and me versus extreme MAGA Republicans. And I want to put this out here because really this isn't for MAGA. This is for my friends that call themselves, they come to me and they say, Zeus, I'm on the left. All right, if you're really on the left, act like it. I get it, you're upset with President Biden. All right, but I got some truth for you as well. I do. Biden is talking straight up about what's really going on in this country. This man sees what we don't see. All right. And he says, looks like Donald Trump just won Iowa. He is the clear front runner on the other side at this point. Let me say it again. Donald Trump is the clear front runner on the other side. So all this third party voting nonsense, cut it out. You're living in fantasy land. You're living in la la land if you think this is going to pan out any other way. If you really are paying attention and you're not being emotional, then you know what type of time we really are on. All right. And this is what Biden said. But here's the thing. This election was always going to be you and me versus extreme MAGA Republicans. It was true yesterday. And it will be true tomorrow. And I want to encourage any of my friends that are on the left that really are supposedly pro-democracy. Do us all a huge favor. Get out here and start talking to these MAGA demons. All right? Just have a couple of conversations with a few of these MAGA demons. And I want you to understand, they're out here in full force. All right? And I guarantee you, after you listen to these folks tell you they don't have a problem with taking away women's reproductive rights. They don't have a problem taking you back into 1962 or before. They don't have a problem taking you back to 1770. They don't have a problem enslaving you. They don't. Because in their mind, they are making America great again. I guarantee you, when it comes down to it, what do you think is more important? You having freedom or you caring about, very serious things that are going on in the world? But unfortunately, you don't have the direct ability to influence like you do when it comes to democracy. I think the choice is crystal clear. Thank you, Mountain Negro. It's making sure Donald Trump and his MAGA acolytes, his MAGA possessed demons, never, ever touch these levers of power. All right. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's do what we came to do once again. Give these extreme MAGA traitors, and I call all MAGA traitors. If you don't like it, take it up with my boss. You're all traitors. Whether you're directly involved with Donald Trump's activities or you're indirectly. As far as I'm concerned, every one of you that vote for him are voting for a dictator, and you don't deserve any of the benefits of being a United States citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them what they deserve. Another round of boos and shame. I don't care. Hold on, I hear them out there talking about me.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence, you MAGA demons. I rebuke you. I do. There's nothing a MAGA demon can say to me to make me change my opinion about them. Nothing. You got an 8th grade education. Where's Trouble at? Someone send this invite to Trouble. Don't block him. Tell him to come on into this live and sit his special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. Go get those Russian bears. All right, you know those Russian bears. Well, you know what they sound like.
Hold on. You poke the bear. You poke the bear. You're gonna get the bear.
That was a Russian bear telling Zeus, if I poke the bear, I'm gonna get the bear. Well, where's the bear at then? I've been poking it for quite a while. You know what the bear did? You know what the bear did the other day? The bear said, you know what, Zeus, I'm going to block you because you're a bigger bear than... Yeah. It's one thing when I do it to you, but it's another thing when you do it to yourself. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't got much time to be out here dealing with these MAGA demons, all right? This is seriously, this is what I'm talking about when I say MAGA demons. This country needs a dictator. This is what Donald Trump's supporters were saying at the rally in Iowa the other day. And some of you may have heard this, but this got to get, I got to put it on tape, right? Because, these videos, they're being archived. All right. And we got to get this on record. So I don't want to hear MAGA talking about President Biden being a dictator ever. Because number one, it don't matter. But number two, you don't have any proof of that. But we got proof that you want Donald Trump to be a dictator. They do. All right. So let's listen up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't.
Dictator or 4 years of President Biden?
Here he goes.
Would you rather have 4 years of Donald Trump as a dictator or 4 years of President Biden reelected? You don't have to like the words that come out of the man's mouth, but sometimes in life we all need a good paddling from the principal to set our life on the right track. And this country does need a little bit of that. We need a little paddling. I mean, I was a problem child.
I'm done. I got to stop this. So this guy is asking, do we need Donald Trump as a dictator? And this man is standing there next to his wife. He's standing there next to his wife. And instead of directly answering the question, it gets sexual. You know what he says? Sometimes you need a little paddling on your rear end. What? Sir, we are asking you about democracy. We're talking about policy. We're talking about presidents of the United States. And your behind somehow reverts to being bent over and spanked by Donald Trump. Again, insane, disgusting, evil, and vile. I don't want to hear another. And they know this man wears a diaper. I get so
growing up, and it took a good leadership to set me straight. So I think our country does need some of that. So I hands down believe people wanted it 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
No.
But they didn't vote that way, right? I don't know about that.
And he got this nasty little smile on his face, like he really gets off on this Donald Trump fantasy.
You think it was a stolen line?
And his wife, I wish I could show you. TikTok needs to give me the ability to do two things at once, right? I want it to show me and then let me show what's going on. His wife is sitting there smiling at him, knowing, I can't believe I married this perv. This is what she's thinking to herself. Oh my God, I wish he wouldn't say these things with me. But she knows she's drunk the Kool-Aid too. This is sick.
Trump said on his first day he's going to be a dictator for a day.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Would you rather have Donald Trump as a dictator for 4 years or re-elect Joe Biden for 4 years?
I would rather have Donald Trump. I'd like to see the repeal the Roosevelt law so that he can be a president for a lot more than 4 years. But this country needs a dictator. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
You see that right there? Clear as day. He wants him to repeal. Now, this is when they start trying to use their education. I want them to repeal the Roosevelt law. And then, like a Christmas tree, his face lights up at just the idea that Donald Trump being a dictator, and you know, he got the same fantasy, Donald Trump bending him over his lap and spanking him. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this stuff up. These folks are crazy. They're possessed with a disgusting MAGA demon. We don't need to go any further with this. We know what to do. Join me in giving these MAGA-possessed demons another round of booze and shame. This is disgusting and disturbing. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make this stuff up, folks, but we're going to have to get through it together, all right? And let me move on to some more pressing information, all right? This is why I say there will never be a Trump 2024, and it's not just me saying it. There's a lot of folks out here that are paying attention, and they know what's going on. Ann Coulter, she breaks down why Donald Trump can't beat Biden, and Trump supporters are morons. I mean, I wish he would have said MAGA demons, but we can live with that. Everyone has their own way of branding them. How many people, this is what she's saying, do the math, you Trump supporters, especially those of you who dropped out of school. All right? How many people who voted for Biden in 2020 have since switched to Trump? Think about that question, MAGA. It's not a trick question. It's a real question. If there's anybody out there, I guarantee you it's fewer than, here she goes, and I said, this is great. It's fewer than those who voted for Trump, but who've since passed away. Older white people. And you know why? Because they didn't want to get vaccinated. They listened to their leader. They listened to their leader. Don't get the vaccine. Don't take care of your health. Go out there in the freezing weather. Do whatever it takes to give Donald Trump your life. This is them, older white folks. 2, immigrants who turned 18 in the last 4 years and will vote, minorities. Yeah, not that many. All right, let's go, Ann. Keep on going. Republicans who voted for Trump in 2020 but have since changed their minds over his behavior in the Georgia runoffs in 2022. You know, the red wave. You think the red wave has gotten bigger? Woo, you can't make this stuff up. Losing election after election for the GOP by demanding that Republicans run on the stolen 2020 election. And look at all these folks who lost. Blake Masters, Carrie Lake, Doug Mastriano, Adam Laxalt, Don Bulldog, Joe Kent, etc. MAGA, let me tell you something, what she's basically saying. Your party is getting smaller. Greetings, Godfather. Your party is getting smaller. And it's getting more and more unhinged. All right? Which is why you're not going to win in 2024. And she wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, by saying this. Trump supporters are morons. All right? I prefer Trump because Democrats are trying to find a way they can to jail him. Or they say, hey, Dems lie about Trump, therefore he make a great president. There aren't enough drugs in the world that can make... I agree, Ann. There aren't enough drugs in the world that can make me that stupid either. But clearly, it's MAGA who enjoys being stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, And they try to act like they're intelligent when they really aren't. No, you're not smart. You're definitely on the stupid side. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. Thank you, Deborah, so much. All right. We're almost at that point where I got to open up these boxes, but we got a couple more topics to cover, and then no, Trump, no, do not put Trump will win 2024 in my chat. Do not put Trump 2024. No, don't do that. Stop touching the keyboard, champ. All right. Cool off for a second. All right. Set it on a napkin and let it cool off for a second. Just listen. Can you do that for us? All right, because I know you're not listening when you're typing that silly stuff. I get it. I get it. You know how to spell that and press enter and send it on the chat. I know you know how to do that, but you don't need to do that here. Just do me a huge favor and sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. All right? Can you do that for us? Can you act like you know how to behave? You know, we're in a public setting. You know how to act and behave, right? It's just fascinating to me that I've never met a Trump supporter that knows how to conduct themselves. And this is something I want to encourage. I want to tell people of color. This came to me the other day. I said, why do folks like Trick Bay? You know who Tricky Dicky is, Miss Boss Diva? You know, Straight Facts. You know this person, Ange. I said, why is it when I have conversations with me, it's all this aggressive energy, right? Right. And it came to me, a lot of these Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, they don't know how to talk to women because they're not around a lot of women, right? They don't know how to talk to people of color, especially black folk, because they don't got no black friends and stuff like that. So I came to the understanding that on TikTok, this is their once in a lifetime chance to interact with women and black folk. And it's crystal clear, you don't know how to act. I can tell now when I talk to people whether or not they got black friends. Don't give me that, I got a black daughter, I got a black friend. Because if you knew better, you would do better, MAGA. And it's crystal clear to Zeus that you don't got a lot of women that love you around you. Maybe your mom didn't give you enough love or something. There may be some trauma there. If so, get professional help. And you clearly don't got a lot of people of color, a lot of folks with culture around you. So when you get out here on this app, you don't even know it. You don't even know how to behave. You can't contain yourself. It's sad. It's really sad. That's why I tell you, no, that's why I say it. Just sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. All right? There's a proper way to talk to folks. All right? There really is. And you just got to pay attention, listen, and learn. Good morning, Shay. Nice to see you. All right. Sorry I went off topic a little bit, but I wanted to get that out there. All right? Trump loses another 2 lawyers as quitting attorney takes colleagues with him. MAGA, why do you think his attorneys are quitting? This isn't new, but why do you think this is happening? Right? I think it's possibly because Trump isn't paying them. But there may be other reasons. You tell me. Donald Trump has lost 3 lawyers in just one day as Joe Tacopina withdraws from representing him. Another 2 attorneys from his firm also dropped out of the former president's defense. Tacopina, a key lawyer who was representing Trump in his New York hush money case and the appeal case last year in E. Jean Carroll's ruling defamation trial, withdrew his firm's services on Monday, just 2 months before the criminal case was set to begin. MAGA, this is not looking good. And this is why I say Donald Trump's going to be convicted this year. It's the end of MAGA, and we are all watching it. I sleep good at night knowing all this stuff is happening to Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving MAGA what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. More will be following. And if you still think that Trump train, they still say, I'm on the Trump train. If you still think that Trump train is heading towards victory, do me a huge favor. Buckle up, all right? All right. Just buckle up, all right? Let me see. What do we got right here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my God. We got some more MAGA news, all right? Trump co-defendant Trevion Kutti, she vows to persuade her quitting lawyer to take her back. Many of you know who this MAGA demon is. Look at her right there. This is the lady that allowed the MAGA demon to play her. Now look at her. She has a mugshot, getting that ultimate MAGA reward, right? You know what it is? Jail, and if you don't get your soul right, hell. All right, listen to her. She's lawyerless and cash-strapped, but hopes to fix that. Trevion Kutti, a co-defendant in the sprawling RICO case, which saw Trump and 18 other co-defendants charged for attempting to interfere with the 2020 election results, went before a Georgia judge to explain how she's hoping to find a way to pay for her ex-attorney so she can bring him back. Quote, I will be attempting to, 1, retain one of the lawyers that is on this call, and number 2, seek additional counsel, Kutti, who appeared in Friday's hearing. This is what we've been saying to you, Trump supporters. This is ultimately what will happen to you. And this is why lawyers are quitting. She can't pay him. It's too much. The weight of the world is on her shoulder. But I don't feel bad for it. You should have stayed home like I told you. You should have listened to this special broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a huge favor. Join me in giving this what do we call her? Another MAGA demon what they deserve, okay? Another round of booze and shame. Traitor. She's a traitor. All right. Now we're gonna open up these boxes, but before we do, there's a story out here that I want to bring up, and I gotta share it with you. All right, this is the story. This is a story I'm going to share because I gotta ask the audience today. The question that I want you to answer is: do we think this is a Trump supporter or not? Right? All right. So I'm going to read this story. All right. And we're going to just think to yourself, is this MAGA or isn't it MAGA? A plane passenger messed up their pants, pooped their pants during a flight, smears it on the seat, and spread it out like peanut butter. I know I told you I was going to ruin your breakfast, but I heard this story and I said, this is typical. To me, I know what I think it is, but I'm waiting for all of you to confirm. All right, we'll have a vote because polls matter, right? Another day, another incident at 30,000 feet. This time, a parent claimed that a fellow passenger pooped their pants on a Delta flight, and they say this happened on Christmas Eve and left smear marks all over the seat. Someone has just, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You won't believe this stuff. Look at this guy right here. Someone has I can't even say it. We gotta keep it clean over here, right? We gotta keep it clean. Someone all in their seat wrote one passenger. According to the thread, odoriferous incident occurred while their 8-year-old daughter and her were on a connecting flight from Birmingham, Alabama to Atlanta, Georgia, en route to Key West, Florida. So this is definitely happening in the South, right? So yeah, shortly after takeoff, the passenger noticed a horrific odor wafting through the cabin, leading him to believe his kid had an incident. About 20 minutes into the flight, there was a terrible smell, and he asked his daughter if she had, passed gas, because she was 8 years old. And she denied doing it, all right? But the smell, it just kept lingering the rest of the flight. And it wasn't until they landed that they discovered the appalling source of the stench. While deplaning, they reportedly saw a person 8 rows in front of them who had he pooped all over the seat, so the bottom of his back was completely covered with this peanut butter-like substance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is real. All right, look at this. I'm not making this stuff up. They added in this person had sat in there I can't even say it, for a good hour and then departed into Atlanta airport covered in it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And then they said once the flight was over and they started to deplane, this knucklehead ended up rushing to the bathroom. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. All right. If you think this is a Trump supporter, right? Let's get back to it. If you think this is a Trump supporter, please put the number 1 in the chat. If you think it's someone else, put a 2. Can we get a vote on that? Because I'm ready to do it if we get the votes. All right. Whichever one wins, 1 or 2 wins. Oh, wow. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like, okay, 1, 1, 1. The ones are winning. It's 1. All right. Well, you know what we got to do. Today, ladies and gentlemen, MAGA has taken a nasty turn in American history. They've taken their nastiness to another level. And in this kingdom, we got to make sure we put it in the history books as it should be. Let's give MAGA another round of booze and shame. Don't they know how to ruin something good for everybody? Once again, they've ruined something that was supposed to be enjoyable for everyone by making it all about them, getting selfish and deciding, I'm too lazy to get up and go to the bathroom on my own. Or maybe they thought their diaper was going to somehow protect them. And it all didn't work. They sat in it for over an hour and a half, subjecting everybody else to whatever it was that they ate. All right. Join me in giving them what they deserve. Get the tomatoes out, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of booze and shame. You guys are sick. Wow, that MAGA demon, right, Mount Negro? That MAGA demon is something else. You mean to tell me that MAGA demon will allow you to boo-boo on yourself and you will sit in it 30,000 feet in the air with no care in the world, proud of it? Probably was eating peanuts and everything on the airplane, wasn't they? Just sitting in it. I'm so happy. Yeah, can I get some of those peanuts? Yeah. Can you get me a glass of water to go wash it down? What can I get your just nasty. Just nasty. You are all, I can't take y'all. I can't even, if it wasn't true, it'd be hard to believe. If it wasn't true, this stuff would be hard to believe. But this is what y'all do. Y'all get out here and embarrass yourselves on a daily basis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it on to the last part of the live. All right. Many of you know this is one of the parts of the show that I take very seriously. All right. And this is why I call you all traitors. All right. We got some more news to talk about. So you all know what part of the show this is. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to give you a heads up. If you don't like this part of the show, go ahead and pack your bags and leave. Come back in 20 minutes, all right?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
right.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
I'm not here to make you feel better, all right? I'm here to educate you and inform you, all right? That's what Zeus is here to do, all right? And I'm doing it for a real discounted price. Normally, I charge people a lot more to do this, all right? So let's get into this. What we're talking about is January 6th. And you all know exactly how I feel about them. They're all a bunch of traitors. And that's why I say any of you who support this, if you defend the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, you're a traitor. I don't care if you were there or not. If you defend this, you're a traitor. Simple. So let's talk about one of the traitors that has been brought to justice. Feds want a year in prison for a Chicago police officer who entered the Capitol on January 6th. You know what, MAGA? You're right. There were cops there. They were Trump supporting cops that were in the Capitol. You're right, MAGA. Deal with it. All right. So let's get into this traitorous behavior. Insisting that he disregarded his oath as a public servant to the city of Chicago, prosecutors have asked for a year in prison for the Chicago police officer convicted last summer for his role in the January 6, 2021 attack on the United States Capitol. Carol Chiwisuk and his sister, Anjaniska Chiwisuk, I don't know how to say their names, ignored damage and violence outside of the Capitol before pressing on into the building that day, according to the feds. Look at this. Do I have a photo of this knucklehead? I know I got a photo of him. Where he at? Where's this knucklehead at? All right, let's see where he's at. All right. Oh my God. Oh, here he goes. All right, there he is. Oh my gosh, here we go. There he is right there. You can see the MAGA demon all in his face, can't you? Him and his sister ignored damage and they went inside of the Capitol. Nearly every aspect of Carroll's testimony was self-serving and a misrepresentation of the facts to the jury, prosecutors wrote. During his time on the stand, Carroll testified that he did not have any idea of what was happening at the Capitol that day, despite receiving emails talking about rallies supporting the former president, as well as information about a protest outside of the Capitol building. So we got them, the emails. All right. This is what they said. They sought an 8-month prison term for his sister. The siblings spent roughly 10 minutes inside the Capitol records show. Carroll was also accused of entering the office of Senator Jeff Merkley, a Democrat of Oregon. The Chesawicks were convicted of misdemeanors in August and are set to be sentenced on January 24th by U.S. District Judge Anna Reyes. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving these traitors what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. But it doesn't stop here. Looks like the DOJ is kicking it into gear, ladies and gentlemen. And it's with a heavy heart that I got to bring you this next story. All right. St. Cloud woman sentenced to prison for destroying records on January 6th. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, when it rains, it pours, right? They say, well, why did it take so long for Ray Epps to get caught? That's just how justice works. Look at all these folks. They're getting caught still. It takes a while, but justice works, right? Are you going to say these folks are also on Ray Epps' side? Cut it out. Tracy Isaacs to spend 1 year and 1 day behind bars. Look at her, ladies and gentlemen. Look at her. You do the crime, you must, what? Do the time. A St. Cloud woman will spend 1 year in prison for her role in the attack on the United States Capitol in 2021. Prosecutors claim Isaac was a member of the alt-right group, the Oath Keepers, when she was arrested in 2022. Another Oath Keepers. This is why we say you're racist. Investigators claim her husband and a friendly made entry into the United States Capitol Rotunda, where she took selfies on her cell phone. They claim she later tried to delete the photos. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Another example of getting two for the price of one. Y'all tell on yourselves. Y'all tell on yourselves, MAGA. All right. Her attorney asked the court to sentence her to home confinement. Instead, the judge sentenced her to 1 year and 1 day in prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release, $2,000 in restitution, and a $100 special assessment. Her friend who was with her that day, Leslie Gray, faced the same sentence last year, and her husband, Louis Hallen, was previously sentenced to 2 years probation for his action. Looks like the FBI is doing God's work, ladies and gentlemen, in making sure we hold these seditionist, treasonous traitors accountable for their crimes. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving not just Tracy, all right, but Carol too, and all these others who just got caught. We're getting two for the price of one twice today. Let's give them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. right, and you know we got to send them off the old-fashioned way. All right, let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and let's send these traitors off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engage in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You do not represent our country. You broke the law and you will pay. You're all a bunch of intruders who allowed Donald Trump to play you. He played you like a fiddle. Can you believe these grown men? They had a conversation. This guy, he had a conversation with his wife. Hey, babe, we're going to the Capitol on January 6th. Why? We're going to go stop the steal. All right. How much money we got in the bank account? Oh, we only got a couple of dollars left because, you know, we sent everything else to Trump already. Well, Trump needs us now more than ever, babe. What are you going to, can you go online and get us 2 flights there and get us a hotel? And I'll go out back and, you know, I'll get some of the weapons we got, you know, some of those, you know, masks that we've been storing up because, you know, we were doomsday preppers, but we need the equipment now to help Donald Trump. Yes, hun. And she goes on to Expedia.com, books a flight, all right, gets the hotel, rents a car, and they proceed to throw their lives away for Donald J. Trump. Can you believe this? They proceeded to throw their lives away for Donald J. Trump. All right. So with that being said, they flew to Washington, D.C., and they engaged in the Stop the Steal rally or an insurrection. All right. They saw what they knew were FBI, according to them. They saw FBI agents there. They heard Donald Trump's speech. And instead of taking a break and saying, you know what? Maybe we ought to cool off. What did they do? They said, you know what? It's totally worth it. We're going to throw everything away for Donald Trump because if we got to give our lives up to keep this man in office, it's totally worth it. And they did exactly that. And now they're going to spend the rest of their time this year, especially in a jail cell. You Trump supporters are silly. And then you hear him give the speech after. He summoned the National Guard. You hear me say? He summoned the National Guard. So all that stuff about Nancy Pelosi, out the window. He admits it was him. And he says, you will pay. That's the ultimate MAGA reward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. They don't like me because I tell the truth on this platform, all right? But you know what? It's like I've been saying. I'd rather tell the truth and shame the devil than to be out here believing lies and misinformation, all right? And you know, like a lot of these MAGA-possessed demons. And I got some bad news for you Trump supporters, all right? The box is open. You're not going to be able to get in the box and convince me of anything that you believe. It'll never happen. All right. Because I know your style. I know, you know, it's like a little, whatever you practice in your dojos, you won't accept reality. So we won't be able to agree on anything. You can ask me, well, Zeus, what about this? What about that? Nope. Don't even do that. Just get in the, just sit your special behinds down, honestly, and listen to this special broadcast because you don't know anything. All right. You don't know a single thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our first panel. Morning, Nutty Professor.
Hello. So, Mr. Zeus.
Nice picture, by the way.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to be playing those Buccaneers of Tampa Bay.
Andy, thank you. Yeah.
So, hey, will you do me a favor, sir? That
Depends on what it is.
just say yes. You'll do me a favor. You always say yes to me. Don't
Okay.
ever. So, can you replay that clip for me? The one that you just played, where he said he immediately dispatched
the
National Guard.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol.
Tell me when to stop.
Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building.
Yeah.
So, you know what that was, Zeus?
What is that?
That was the definition of gaslighting.
Unpack that.
Because we all watch what happened on J6, right?
Right.
We all know when Donald Trump truly dispatched the National Guard, correct?
Absolutely.
But he immediately dispatched the National Guards. And yet, your MAGA friends, they want to say that he wasn't responsible, that he did his job, that he did his part, and Nancy Pelosi did this, Nancy Pelosi did that.
Right.
But listen to what the man said, y'all. He said that, even though we know it wasn't immediate, but when he gave the order, guess what happened?
What's that?
The National Guard came.
Yeah.
When he gave the order, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, they couldn't stop the National Guard from coming.
Nope.
So MAGA, again, I ask you, what is it that you are not comprehending? What is it that you're not comprehending? Nancy Pelosi had nothing to do with the National Guard being dispatched.
Nope.
Chuck Schumer had nothing to do with the National Guard being dispatched. In fact, and you know, Zeus, like they bring up Hunter all the time, they also like to bring up Nancy Pelosi's daughter, who was there filming. Oh, why was she there filming? This was planned because she was there filming. Actually, she was there doing a documentary on her mother.
Right.
No one ever thought that this was going to happen. And so it did get captured on film where it shows Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell on the phone talking to Mike Pence, saying, Mr. Vice President, how are you? Are you safe? This wasn't about partisanship at this time. This wasn't about Democrat or Republicans.
Nope.
Because they were like, Mr. Vice President, are you safe? Please get in a safe area. They were more concerned about his safety.
Yep. No lies detected.
We don't agree with at all. But we put politics aside because why? It was about his safety. And they were talking to the vice president about what can we do? Can we get the National Guard? Can we get the Maryland National Guard there?
Yep.
So, folks, you all heard the man. So Maya Angelou, she said, if a person shows you who they are, believe them.
Yep.
This man has shown that he is not competent to be a dog catcher.
Nope.
Let alone the president of the United States. Thank you for the Zeus. I appreciate it.
What is that?
No, I said thank you for the time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, I was saying thank you for the time. I was done.
All
And see,
right,
technically I got done before the bell, so nobody can't say I nuttied up the live.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people have been nuttying up the line, but you know what? Sometimes we got to in order to get the truth out. I'm glad that it's all working out for us. All right. But again, thank you.
I appreciate the platform, and I appreciate you continuing to allow the truth to be told.
Amen. They can call it an echo chamber. They can call it an echo chamber all they want. It ain't gonna change a single thing over here, right?
Well, this is an echo chamber we need to have because we got to keep beating it into their heads that Donald Trump is wrong for this country.
Yep.
So if you want to call that an echo chamber, then God bless. Then it's an echo chamber. This is an echo chamber that needs to get larger.
Amen. And
have a great day, sir.
Folks like yourself are helping it to grow. So thank you, Nutty. I really do appreciate it. All right.
Have a great day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to our good friend, Nutty Professor. Okay, one of the bad boys in the kingdom. What you gonna do? Maga. you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, MAGA, when me and Jack Smith pull up on you? I'm gonna have Fonnie Willis in the backseat. I'm gonna make that Netflix special. All right, we're me, Fonnie Willis, Alvin Bragg, and Jack Smith. Yeah, oh, and Letitia James. We pull up on MAGA and we we hop out of the car. Freeze! How much you got in your bank account? I'm gonna let Letitia James take care of you because we know those are ill-gotten gains, right? And then we're gonna let Fonnie Willis and Jack Smith allow their task force to put you in those handcuffs. And right before you get into the back of that police car, I'm gonna come and say, "Silence, you MAGA demon." All right, let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. All right. They don't like me because I tell the truth, but you know what? I got to do it. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, who do we have next? Hey, the beautiful Shay. Good morning, Shay.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
All right, we're doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Doing really good. Well, I know MAGA is so excited about Iowa, but I hate to bust your bubbles.
What are you gonna say to him?
Oh, it's really hilarious. So there's over 2 million registered Republicans in Iowa.
Okay.
Only 100,000 showed up yesterday.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
100,000 of the 2 million registered Republicans showed up.
What do you think was the reason for such an amazing turnout, Shay?
Well, they're going to blame it on the freeze, but I'm going to tell you something. It's because they're really not that excited about their party at all. So let's get this straight. Out of 2 million registered Republicans in Iowa, Donald Trump got 50,000 votes last night. Okay.
Oh my God! They were reaching out to me, and they send me DMs. They were happy yesterday, but you just took the air out of their campaign with that.
I warned you. I warned you before I started. That is why Ann Coulter is doing what she's doing. Okay. I know you're excited. But the fact that he got 50,000 votes and then Haley and DeSantis and Vivek got the other 50.
Ooh.
Warnings. Warnings.
Oh my God, do it. Oh my God.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden raised over $117 million last month in his campaign.
No lies detected.
Trumpy Bear has 38 million.
And where's his money going?
Straight to the E. Jean Carroll trial that started today. He can't even keep his attorneys.
Nope.
I mean, we're talking, this is a civil trial these attorneys dropped his butt on. Civil, not criminal, civil. They're like, we can't handle you.
Yeah.
We're done. Can't even prove your innocence or defend you for a civil suit. I just need you to stop being so excited because you're going to be so disappointed in November.
Yep.
I know you hear these protests and all these things. Let me just tell you, protesters don't normally go to the polls, especially the ones that are causing the havoc and setting things on fire and spray painting things, okay?
Yeah, they got criminal records and can't vote anyway.
Exactly. So that's not evident on who's disappointed with Biden. So be very, very careful about being excited. The GOP is asleep and very upset and very wandering around, and it's not a good look. And the Iowans that did show up were white evangelicals that showed up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they were probably busting by their churches to try to get them there. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Those who are very cultured, as they like to call themselves.
Yes.
Right? They represent a broad demographic, don't they?
A very broad demographic. When you scan the little, school gymnasiums where they were at, it's a sea of wonderful church-going white people.
Yeah.
And so that is what MAGA's left.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love you guys. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a don't worry. Dems, leftists, liberals, true patriots out there, my independents, we got this in the bag.
Oh, sorry about that. That was a Trump supporter back there.
That's a Trump supporter.
I'm sorry. Freezing in the cold for MAGA.
All right, guys, love you. It's all good.
Right.
Keep doing the hard work, and yes, I love our echo chamber. Let's go. All right,
Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shay, one of the baddies in the kingdom.
Look at her. She's a bad man.
Hey,
Just as fine as she is.
just as fine as she can be.
She's a bad man.
Jimmy, stop being a player hater out there. All you Trump supporters, stop being player haters out there, okay? You see us up here cooking, just sit back and observe. You might learn something, all right? We cooking every morning, serving up nothing but truth, nothing but straight facts, all right? Shout out to straight facts. And there's nothing you can do to stop it, all right? It ain't my fault that I'm smarter and more handsome than you, all right? You got to take that up with God. You got to take that up with God. All right, let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who do we got next? Stick the ruler. Good morning, my good friend. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Zeus. How's everything going on your side of the town?
It's all good over here. All good in the hood, as they like to say. Oh, you got all the noise right now, don't you?
Yeah, I got some trains in the back.
Okay.
I got birds chirping. I got the wind blowing.
Okay.
But you know, this is Florida. Florida weather is bipolar. It was like 30 degrees yesterday. It's 71 today. Like, yeah.
What? That's wild.
Right. So check it, right? The temperature is the same with the Maga Republicans. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. I remember at one point, Donald Trump had like 75% of the MAGA vote or the Republican vote or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But guess what?
What's that?
We're in a situation like this. He's got 50% of MAGA voting for him in Iowa.
Right.
50%. Now, if we do the numbers, that's at least 25% said, you know what, this guy is a loser. There's no way he's gonna actually win or beat Joe Biden. I'm gonna vote for one of these other guys because you know I want to still be a Republican. I want to still feel like I don't know, I'm a Christian or whatever they run on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
They run on
his
demon
base
time.
exactly. So his base is his base. We know now that maybe because of the storm, a lot of people didn't turn out. But we know right now that 50% of the Republicans ain't gonna cut it when it comes down to actually going against Joe Biden.
Right.
So this is what I will say to Joe Biden. When it's time, hopefully he'll debate. Because he hasn't debated yet, right?
Not yet.
And he gets to tell him the same thing that got him elected the first time. I'm talking about Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Will you shut up, man? That's what got Joe Biden elected.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need the Joe Biden that said I'll take him behind the gym and show him a thing or two. Yeah, that's the Joe Biden we need.
Yeah.
All that talking about Joe Biden's old and Joe Biden this and Joe Biden that, but Joe Biden's riding a bike. He's probably in there lifting weights.
Amen.
He's probably you know what I'm saying, just living his life like he's a 55-year-old. So while y'all all talking that trash against a man that showed the real bully what time it was, because he couldn't do that to Joe. He did it to Hillary, but he couldn't do it to a real man.
Nope.
Joe told him to shut up. So with that being said, don't forget, folks, because I know Americans are forgetful.
Yeah.
I know we forgetful and we forget things, but let that be a reminder that how strong Joe was. And did he be quiet? Did he shut up? I think he did. I think he just let Joe continue to say what he had to say. Oh yeah. I think he shut up.
Yeah.
I think he went in his little corner behind his little podium and he shut up.
Yeah.
So this is who the president is.
Amen.
This is how strong he really is. and he had no choice but to sit back, shut up, and let him do his thing. So again, I'm tired of Democrats having to fix this economy. And if y'all wanted to go down the piece of do again, vote for Donald Trump. And that's all I got to say.
All right, all right. Well, listen, brother, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to check in with the kingdom, my good friend, and thank you for telling the truth, all right?
No problem, Zeus. Have a good day in the kingdom, and hopefully, sooner or later, I'll get my bad boy stripes. I've been wanting my bad boy stripes.
Okay, all right, keep working
Sick
at
and no,
it,
thick and no, sick.
Oh, my God.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Stick the Ruler. No lies detected. All right, all right, all right. Oh, my God. Yeah. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show of force. MAGA, it's over. All right? Nobody in their right mind wants to support Donald Trump. All right? We're not falling for the whole cult movement. MAGA is a movement. What are they saying, Shay? MAGA isn't a movement, it's a brand. No. MAGA is everything evil. As far as I'm concerned, it goes way beyond the brand. Anything evil is MAGA as far as we're concerned. And you could take that to the bank. And you're still a bunch of traitors. Oh, Billy Buckeye. Seriously, you want Billy Buckeye? Did I make you upset, sir? Did I hurt your feelings? Well, good. Good. I hope you're in a corner somewhere, Billy, crying because I'm shattering the image of that man you idolize, Billy. I hope you're in a corner somewhere, puking, throwing up. Oh, Zeus is making me so sick. Because that's exactly what I was sent to do, Billy. I was sent to ruin your reality. And I'm having fun doing it. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who do we got here? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Good morning. How do you say your name?
Allsack.
Okay. All right. So what brings you to the kingdom, all right?
I was just wondering why.
Can I ask you? I got to ask you some questions. I'm so sorry. I'll give you your 3 minutes, all right? First question is, and I do this to anyone that I haven't done business with, all right? All right. First question. In your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
Not by Biden, no.
Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, you tricked me right there. You tricked me. All right. Next question. In your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
I don't know. There's still a lot of information that's missing.
Okay. The crowd is booing. Okay. Next question. Do you think President Biden and Hillary Clinton are guilty of any crimes?
Yes.
Oh my God! All right. Now you're aware your fate has been sealed already. All right. You're aware of that, right?
What do you mean?
In terms of how this conversation is going to go, you know your fate's already been sealed, right?
Which means you're going to block me?
No. I don't do that. Sorry. You got me you got it confused. You got me twisted. I don't have to do that. But let's get into what you want to talk about. You got 3 minutes.
On September 15th of this year, Joe Biden said that blacks and Hispanics were people that did not have high school diplomas.
Mm.
I didn't know if you found that to be
No, I didn't. I didn't hear about that.
Oh, okay.
Can you show me where that was?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. What's the website? Let's get into this. And then, but make your point, though. I'm so sorry.
I just find that he says so many things that seem to go over everybody's heads, and there's no accountability, and it's not what Joe Biden's good at. It's just anti-Trump. And when we currently have a president that's in the office for 3 years, and we're focused on just Trump. And it just blows my mind away. But I didn't know why people don't find Biden's racist comments to be racist. It's like,
yeah. So I'm taking it. You're black.
my mother's black, my father's white.
So what do you call yourself? You're white.
No, I usually don't. I don't know really when I would have to say it.
Well, I mean, because I'm confused about how you came to.
Mostly white.
Okay, so you present white. So how do you take on the black presenting folks' persona and say what is and what isn't racist? How do you do that? That to me is an amazing magic trick you got.
Well, because my mom's like, she can't get over how the Democratic Party being so racist that the blacks and Hispanics are taking them as their party of choice, and she doesn't understand it.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
So you're speaking for your mother?
Yes.
So your mother told you to get onto Zeus's platform and tell Zeus that
not at all.
She believes Biden is racist.
I was coming on here because you appear to be a black man, and you are supporting Biden.
Yeah.
And you seem to not be aware of his racial comments. So
you support Trump?
It's tough. Like I actually like political incorrectness. I like someone.
Why don't you just say yeah? Let's just you only got 3 minutes, because basically what I'm getting at is.
But at the same time, I'm pro-choice.
I get what you are, but how do you excuse Trump's racist rhetoric, right?
What rhetoric?
When he has his hotels, he tells all the black people they can't be on the floor when he walks in.
That's balls. Show me the source.
The Central Park Five. The conspiracy theory he promoted about Barack Obama. You know what he says about Michelle Obama. I mean, how do you overlook that, especially because you said your dad is black?
My mom.
Your mom is black. What does your mom feel about those kind of remarks? Why she supports
first of all,
Trump?
it's a lot of like the
you just flat out don't believe it, huh?
A lot of what's told to us, I don't believe on either side. But when I watch a video of them saying it, that's when I believe it.
Yeah. Well, Trump has said a lot of things. Remember, he was giving that speech and he says, "There's my African American right there."
That's not racist.
Well, the way he said it to me.
Okay,
a person
there's
that
my African American right there.
Yeah. That sounds like that's property. He's speaking like a slave owner.
And then
wait. Do you talk to people like that? Go to work. Do you have a job?
Yeah.
Do you go around talking about black folks at your job like that? That's my black right there. Do you say that kind of stuff?
No, he's
why don't you?
Instigating the media who is
but I'm asking you a personal question. Why don't you personally talk like that? Because deep down inside you know it's racist, champ. So cut it out. And why do you have such an embarrassing name like this? Won't you go get your real account?
Saying that you don't have a diploma.
This isn't your real account. Why don't you get your real account and come back in here so we can see who you are?
What do you think of him saying that blacks and Hispanics don't have diplomas?
Well, guess what? Guess what, champ? Your time's up. I gotta move it along. You did all right, but I gotta go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, a MAGA demon entered the live full of lies and misinformation. And you know what? I'm not going to give you a round of applause. I'm going to give you what you deserve. You don't have any shame, so I must give it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it to him. Normally, I would just sit there. Normally, I'm a lot kinder, right? I'm a lot kinder to these folks, all right? But, I'm in that mood today because I don't got much time to play around with MAGA, all right? And the gloves are off. Sir, you are grossly misinformed and you are inconsistent with your logic, all right? It's funny to me how you can listen to everything President Biden says and come to these conclusions about him being racist. But everything I throw at you about your leader, Donald Trump, all of a sudden you don't know about it, or maybe I didn't play the whole clip, or you just don't understand. You're a disgusting and disturbing individual. Go get your real account and come into this live and talk to Zeus. Quit hiding behind these fake dummy accounts. I know what you are. You're a MAGA demon. A lot of them are afraid to get in the box and tell the truth and show their faces. I know what's going on, though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Who do we got next? Brother Swerve. Thank you, man.
Good morning, Juice. I'm gonna try to be quick. Okay,
right.
So what Joe Biden said is something he had focused on his entire career, was getting the lowest unemployment rate for blacks and Hispanics, people that generally don't have diplomas. And you know why we don't have diplomas? Because we live inside the poorest educational systems within this country. And every time you turn around, Republicans are trying to take it away. Joe Biden didn't specifically say well, blacks and Hispanics don't have diplomas. He was trying to make a comparison, and he flubbed it. He could
Yeah.
have said it a little bit better. He could have said it a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you always say, Zeus, sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. Okay?
With that silly
Now-
name. I can't take this guy
Yeah.
serious. When you got a name like that, I'm not taking you serious.
That was ridiculous, man. He just wants attention.
Yeah.
Mama didn't hug him enough. We've seen it before. We've seen it before. Donald Trump damn sure ain't gonna hug him because he ain't gonna ever get close enough to Donald Trump. Let him go camp out there at Mar-a-Lardo and see if Donald Trump ever hugs him.
Please.
Now,
Be my
the other
guest.
thing I wanted to address is I'm gonna start getting my grift on.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna try to use that money to help MAGA for 59 cents a day. That's lower than a cup of coffee. You can help me support a MAGA supporter and get them out of the rut cult that they're in.
Oh, I could.
Because it's not even a good cult.
Okay, let me go into my Christmas bags. that's an offer I can't refuse, Brother Swerve.
But it's just ridiculous how they come up with these notions and everything. And just because Donald Trump won Iowa, oh my God. You know, Ted Cruz won Iowa in 2016. Like you said, Rick Santorum in 2012.
Yep.
Mike Huckabee in 2008. They all won Iowa, and they went on to lose the nomination. So, as far as I'm concerned, these caucuses don't really mean a whole lot. And I don't see why anybody would waste their time going to spend 2 hours in a sweaty gymnasium to fill out some paperwork on behalf of Donald Trump. Ain't no way I would do it, Zeus. You couldn't pay me enough to be there no matter what, brother.
Me either. But it's the last hurrah, Swerve. You know, these folks, they know the end is coming this year.
Especially as how cold it was. I mean, look, dude, I took my dogs outside this morning. The temperature outside was 1. Right?
Yeah,
With a wind chill of negative 18.
Wow.
So the dogs only got 4 minutes outside before their feet freeze. I got about 3. Because I'm just like, y'all need to hurry up. Scoot your big behind on out there. Go take a dump. Go, let's do it. Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
These people went out negative 40-degree weather for Donald Trump. Now, if that ain't some cult-like behavior, I don't know. I really don't know what is, because I wouldn't have left my house. That's just not safe.
Nope.
That kind of weather just isn't safe, man. I wonder how many people's cars broke down on the highway or something.
Yeah.
Well, we got to hurry up and get there before they close. Come on, Mary, start walking.
Oh, my God.
What do you mean you didn't wear socks? Oh, good Lord. Here, take my socks. I can live without my feet. But we got to get there for Donald Trump.
Y'all sad.
That's how some of them conversations went last night, man. You know
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
And the only reason
Tell him,
he showed up
Swerve.
in New York today was so he can use it to grift again. And he's, ain't gonna be no cameras in no federal courtroom. Ain't gonna be no cameras waiting in the halls of a federal court. Ain't gonna be no reporters there. So
Nope.
he's gonna go hold a press conference somewhere, talk about the greatest political witch hunt in the history of mankind,
Yeah.
and how he's the victim.
Oh, victim, cry me a river.
Yep.
Cry me
That's
a river,
exactly what he
Trump.
gonna do. So, all right, brother, I heard my bell. I'm
Okay.
gonna let you get back to managing the affairs of the kingdom.
Amen.
MAGA, we're coming for you.
Uh-oh.
And you ain't gonna be happy when those polls close in November. So
Tell him,
tell my
Swerve.
friends and family down in the chat, y'all be good, y'all be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you're doing it.
All right.
See,
all
Zeus,
right.
be good,
all right,
brother.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Another bad boy in the kingdom. Brother Swerve. Let's go.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Hey.
You work and you have bad traits. You go to school and learn the golden rule.
Hey.
So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool.
Let's go.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
What are you gonna do, MAGA, when Jack Smith comes for you? You know, you're all in your feelings today. I don't know why you are all so sad today. Didn't you win in Iowa yesterday? You know, just like I know, that win doesn't mean a single thing. You know what it's about to be. It's going to be Black History Month. Next month. It's going to be Black History Month, and all Black History Month, I'm gonna be enjoying it, right? Because I know right after that, once we get into March, we're gonna be into Donald Trump getting treated like he was black, right? You better show up to court on time, champ. He's already been treated like he was black. But now he's about to really feel the reality. He's going to be sitting in that defensive position. Oh my gosh. And there's nothing you Trump supporters can do about it. There's nothing. All right. And every step of the way, I'm going to be in these lives. I'm going to be just sitting there quiet as a church mouse, listening to all of you give up that MAGA demon spirit, because you know what's going to happen. After jury selection comes the confession, right? All right. Good morning, Miss Bostiva. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Zeus.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you are cooking today, champ.
Oh, wow. I guess
Yeah, I
so.
love how you just, came out with the hammer of truth, immediately upon, ascension and the live. And it's just,
Yeah.
it's just good to see, Dark Zeus come out
wow.
with the morning show, right?
Right. Sometimes I'm there. Sometimes I'm just kind of enjoying the moment, right? But so, we're at that point,
Well, just so you know, Dark Zeus is way more handsome than just the regular Zeus.
No lies detected. No lies detected. Tell him Miss Boss Diva.
Yeah,
Right.
so that was a real interesting individual with the interesting name, right? Pretty much all over the place. But as usual, you handle him like, a straight up professional MAGA slayer. You know what I
Tea
mean?
drinker. What's going on?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you your props on that.
Okay.
And shout out to Shay, because we were talking about that in Straight Facts Live, kind of touching that, basis on the results in the Iowa, or how we say the state name.
Yeah.
Results and whatnot, but to really hear Shay break the numbers down even further was just even more astonishing, right?
Yeah.
Because, really, who in their right mind? So it's obviously all the rest of the Republicans said, nah, I'm going to skip that. I ain't going out in that cold.
It's not worth it. They came to the same conclusion. It's just not worth it.
There are some sane Republicans in the world, right? As proof right there. I just
There
wanted
you
to make
go.
a little lightweight joke on that. And but that was really interesting, the conversation with that guy. You might find yourself facing some more of those.
Oh yeah, bring them on.
The more and more and more and more, because they're slowly coming out of their shells to I don't know, they're trying to get to the light, but the light is blinding. You know how it is for Dracula, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're fighting the light,
vampires, right? They have the same kind of effect. This coat thing is it's really, really interesting to watch and witness. I would never think in my own lifetime that there would be a Jim Jones type of scenario going down. I used to think, wow, really, he has that many people lay down for him like that?
Lay down.
But I'm like, wow, this is the same exact type of thing, but even worse. He's going to take over the Guinness Book of World Records. You know what I mean? This is going to be something. This is going to be something, because he's going to do more and more losing. He's gonna do more and more losing as the days go by. I always say this, everywhere I go, pretty much he's gonna do more and more losing, and every day we wake up to another defeat.
And I enjoy it, and we enjoy it, right? We enjoy.
Oh, those tears are delicious. Yeah, they absolutely are. If you like the kettle corn kind of taste, right, where it's salty and sweet at the same time.
Johnny, yeah. Tell him, Miss Boss Diva.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to come up and give you your flowers about how you, handled the shows, set the tempo of the show.
Yeah.
And it really, it's going to be a great show anyway. So
we try to keep it clean.
Zeus, I heard my bell. I'm going to get on about. But
all right. Well, you have a great.
And I'll see you around these streets,
All right. You two have a great and fun rest of your day. All right. And don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
You too. Take care.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. All right, another one of the band members. Hey! Thank you, Miss Boss Diva. You're always bringing the light and joy.
I get so excited, you don't have me.
Miss Silk, I see you. Having a good time while we're telling the truth and shaming the devil. You can't ask for anything else, ladies and gentlemen. You can't ask for more than that. I mean, isn't this better than freezing in the cold for a loser? Isn't this way better than that? Oh my God. I'd hate to be a Trump supporter. I really would. You're such easy marks, all right? I mean, listen, a sucker's born every day, and a lot of you ain't nothing but a bunch of new licks. If I was Donald Trump, I'd have an email in your inbox every morning. Daddy needs some new money. Daddy needs a new house. Daddy needs a new car. Daddy needs some new shoes. Go ahead and send it to me. What do you got? I take cash. I take Venmo. I take PayPal. I take crypto. I'd have everything lined up for you MAGA demons. I don't care if you freeze to death. I don't. Just take the money and sell you the dream that one day you'll be able to come on to Mar-a-Lago to see me walk around in my diaper and bend you over my lap and spank you. Right? That's the MAGA fantasy. Y'all are a bunch of sick folks. You really are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Yazzie Jazzy. Good morning. Nice to see you. Mister, good morning.
Good morning, handsome. How are you today?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
And you do it so well.
I try. I really do.
So I just wanted to point out two good things that came out of Iowa last night. Trump only got 51% of the vote, and Vivek dropped out.
Yeah. What do you think about the MAGA Vivek dropping out so suddenly?
Well, I think it's because there are a few factors. First of all, he got shamed by Trump for, talking bad about him, on a hot mic.
Right.
And, Trump went after him for that. And then, with his, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Trump" video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And then there was an interview that I saw where his wife was talking to some of the voters there, and basically it was his brown skin that they were against.
Oh, and we knew that, right? It wasn't a shock to us. We knew Vivek didn't have the complexion for the protection. Isn't that right, Mr. Nice Guy?
And on top of that, he's not a Christian, he's a Hindu, and they got a problem with that too.
Yeah, I know a lot of Russian bears that don't like the fact that he's that. Okay, tell him, mister.
And then, earlier you were talking about how people are saying that MAGA is a brand.
Oh, they say this, the kids say the darndest things. You ever heard that show?
Well, I still consider it a movement because it's more like a bowel movement.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
They're just gonna lose their freaking minds because there's still more primaries to go, and Trump will probably be on the ballot, or it's gonna be Trump against Biden, and Biden's gonna win again.
Biden's gonna spank that behind.
Shut up, man.
Yeah. Biden's gonna put Trump over his lap and give him that MAGA fantasy, right? Bow.
Hey, he's gonna have to probably put some plastic gloves and a plastic down on his lap. So the smell on him.
That is, hey, listen. You definitely gonna have to do that. Put a hazmat suit on or something, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, things are really looking up for the blue this year. I'm telling you, things are great.
Yeah. I mean, isn't it something else, right? Where we're witnessing all of this chaos and destruction going on with MAGA. I mean, isn't this kind of the sweet spot?
All I can say is chef's kiss. It's so tasty.
Yeah. I mean, they're losing their religion literally on TikTok, right?
And more and more every day we keep hearing people that are walking away from MAGA, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, I do too.
It's just the crazies left, really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is the crazies that are left. But you know what? We got something lined up for them, okay? We're going to use some of that Affordable Care Act and get them some professional help once their leaders put into prison. I guarantee you.
Oh, they definitely need it. It's so sad. And I'm really at the point where I'm starting to feel sorry for them. Because,
That's a lot of. That's serious. If you feeling sorry for him, that's
Well,
serious. I mean,
unlike them, I actually have empathy for others. So,
thank you, Andy. Yeah, I
yeah.
understand, and it's always better to be the bigger person. I totally respect that. And I think we need more of that in America. And I also think that we need to also have in mind, in some of these spaces like you and I go to, we got to get down and dirty in the kingdom, don't we?
But I mean, sometimes they need a little slap upside the head.
Hey, man, say the oops upside your head like that. Yeah. Tell them.
Absolutely, sir.
Tell them. Well, listen, mister, it was always a pleasure to hear from you, all right?
It's always enjoyable.
All right, and thank you so much for having the courage to be able to get up in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, or as I like to say, shame MAGA, all right?
You have a lovely, lovely day.
All right, you as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Mr. No Lies Detected. Now, there was somebody out there in the comment section. They said, Zeus, did you threaten the president? Absolutely not. Why would I threaten President Biden? That's my president. That's who I'm voting for. So no one's here threatening President Biden. All right, but what you can do, since you're so inquisitive and you're so worried about Zeus, little old Zeus, do me a huge favor, champ. Stop typing in the live, and sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. You don't know what you're talking about, and you reveal just how foolish and poorly educated and silly and ridiculous you are every time you type some silly nonsense in my chat. Don't type Trump 2024. The moment you say that in the chat, you reveal to Zeus that you're either a Russian operative or you're just terribly uneducated. And you shouldn't be proud of that. No one takes you serious when you type Trump 2024 in the chat. No one takes you serious. I mean, we don't even take you serious when you're MAGA. All right? We don't. So when you type it, you just make it even worse for yourself. Did you threaten the president? Why on earth would I be threatening President Biden? You must not follow my content. Vote blue. That means I'm a Democrat. I support you guys. I don't know where you get this information from. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Yazzie Jazzy. Oh, look at those calves. How are you doing, Yazzie?
Oh, we are butt cold out here. There's just no good reason for it to be this cold out here. I think God. Negative 27 with a wind chill. Oh, it is tough.
Negative 27?
Yes, negative 30. We got low. It's
impossible.
no good reason.
Impossible. Are you inside the house now, or are you out there?
I'm inside.
Okay, then.
I was
okay.
outside this morning. Outside this morning.
Okay.
But now I'm inside. So, Oh my gosh, it's just nuts out here. I don't think there's just like no good reason for it to be this cold. I'm like, and of course the barometric pressure goes down, and so female cattle, like women, will start breathing harder, and they'll go into premature labor, and so that's why we get babies early.
See, I didn't know that. Oh wow! So, look at that. No, Yazzie. Oh no. I hope you're not driving on those in that weather. Negative 31 degrees. Got to be kidding me. Negative 31? Are you serious?
Look, okay, so I just want to tell you, but you know what? We're still doing the good work. Us farming and rancher community, we're all out here with our animals to keep them all safe and secure and sound. Ours go into big sheds. I know a lot of farmers can't afford big sheds like that, so we will help them make like wind blocks around bales and stuff like that. But I just wanted to talk about the loser MAGA Trumpers. Okay, I just want to say Iowa was great. I'm like, ooh, your caucus had 100-some thousand people. That's it? And how many registered voters? I'm like, and even if he's going to be on the cardinal ballot, we don't really care, because at the end of the day, we are so blue. We're going to vote President Biden because he's doing a great job. We're thriving.
Thank you, Yazzie. They for some reason they think they're winning.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they thought that. Here, let me turn off. Let me get off that screen. Hold on.
Okay. All right. I mean, they think they're winning and they're clearly losing.
Right. I'm like, do you guys? I'm like, what happened to the red wave? How about this last election where?
Oh,
Oh,
face reveal, the beautiful Yazzie. Let's go.
yeah. Oh, it was. I actually had a video. It was so bad you could not even see outside. When I had to drive out there, and we had a, oh my gosh, calves were getting stuck. These moms need me. It's just been a mess out here. But you know
Wow.
what? I showered. I was like, oh, I gotta make it to the live.
Thank you so much. I mean, you do a lot, all right? You really do, and I appreciate it. And you made it on time. Wow.
Well, I could listen to some of it when I was in the shop. I could listen to you in my ear, but I know you guys all tell me really nice compliments, but I literally have the phone in my pocket and I just listen to the live sometimes because I can't.
Oh.
I'm literally watching cattle or I'm giving them vaccines so they don't get infections. I mean, we tag babies. Go ahead.
You're really hands on with the work, Yazzie. You really are.
Well, as a nurse too, if I see a baby that maybe was stuck and his head swollen and I have to maybe administer medication, or if I feel like I did have to sew up a cow because it's the first one that she got.
You sew up the cow yourself. Now listen, I got a question for you. Do you have
Yes.
any MAGA folks? Because I know a few Trump supporters that need a job. Do you have any Trump supporters ever applying to work?
You know, I have a waiting list on employees who want to come work for me. So no, mine are pretty vetted because usually it's word of mouth, and I would never hire a Trump supporter ever.
I guess that's how you never hire. They need work, Yazzie. They need work.
I want to tell I also like that my neighbors they are so against welfare and they're Republicans and they don't take government aid. But then as farmers and ranchers, they took PPP loans out. And that was public knowledge. So of course I Googled them all. I'm like, hey, I heard you got that. I'm like, you can Google my corporation. It's not on there, is it? Yeah, but y'all got them. That's welfare, people. You don't want to fund children. You don't want to fund children. You don't want to feed children. You don't want to take care of the kids. You want them to be born, but boy, we are not going to feed them. We're not going to give them anything. But let farmers take loans to what? They didn't do anymore. They didn't hire any more people. They just put it in their pockets.
Wow.
Yeah, I hope they all get audited because the IRS is hiring more people. I hope they all come and they get audited and they have to pay that money back. Shame on them.
Shame.
And also, we plant all our ground. We do not. It's called CRP. We grow crops on everything that we do. And if we have pastures, it's because we put cattle on there. There's farmers who get CRP or who don't grow anything and get paid welfare. Welfare. Oh, they can have that welfare, but by godly, you're not going to take care of the sick, the weak, the poor, the elderly, the disabled, or feed children. Stop the hypocrisy, y'all. And the good thing is, Google is free, everybody, or whatever search engine, Firefox, whatever you want to use, it's free. You
Tell
can
them,
find.
Yazzie.
If you know your friends have corporations or LLCs or whatever, Google them. You can see if those Republicans got PPP loans. Check them out.
Let's find them.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, but you're against welfare. You're against feeding kids. You're against taking
It's not
care
fake news, D. Trump. You're fake news. Sorry, Yazzie.
D. Trump. Google somebody that you know that owns a business to see if they got one.
D. Trump, do you know how to use Google? Be honest. Probably doesn't.
And you know what? And it's okay if they did need the help. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, if you really need the help, you should take it. I believe in socialist programs. I believe in taking care of our humans, our neighbors, our people. But I don't believe in being hypocrites and saying, oh, you can have that, but the other person can't. Because you're not the right color of skin.
Bingo.
Because you're a woman. Because you're disabled. So I'm not okay with bigots, and I'm not okay with racists. So don't tell me that this group can have it, but this group. And that white tea lady, I hope she gets prosecuted by Texas. I hope because she got health care like the rest of women should. I hope she gets prosecuted in Texas. I hope she gets taken to task. I'm tired. You guys want to take rights away? Colorado, we're blue, everybody. We have a great governor who is actually, he says, hey, for the first time, he's like, let's cut taxes in Colorado because we have Tabor where we have to balance our budget, which I'm tired of Tabor. They have to give us money back at the end of the year. So instead of waiting a year to get it back, he's like, well, let's just cut the tax rate from 4.4% down to 4%, and that way we don't have to give that money back.
Tell them, Yazzie.
So wait, a year later, I'm like, but you know, everyone's like, well, that's more Republican thing. But he's like, hey, let's take care of our citizens in Colorado. So
thank you.
And this is a blue state, and he is gay. He is a Democrat. He is Jewish, and he still thinks of all his people in Colorado. So stop with like, you can look us up in Colorado. We're great. Other than everyone's mad at Lauren Bobo because she's trying to come to this district. It is blue. I mean, it is red out here, but hey, we have more cattle than people. I mean, a whole lot of people don't
Tell
vote.
them, Yazzie.
Don't worry, all the people that do vote blue, they're all in the good area. So
tell them, Yazzie.
I'm in a good area and I'm blue, but
now,
I'll let you guys go.
All right, we gotta move it along, Yazzie. All right, I appreciate it. All you do. All right,
I love you.
All right, we love you too.
Let me just say one more thing. You are the most handsome, the most humble, the most hardworking and honest person I know here on TikTok.
Thank you.
You're great. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
All right.
Bye,
They hate
guys.
when you say that. They hate when you say
So
that, but I want it.
handsome. Look at him. Look at him. Do you see? I could.
Sorry,
just look at you all
Nutty.
day.
Sorry, Nutty.
I could just look at you all day.
All right. Thank you, Yazzie.
See you guys.
All right. Another bad mamma jam in the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful Yazzie. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that point in the show where Zeus must get up out of here. I'm so sorry I didn't get to all of you. It breaks my heart that I wasn't able to, but it doesn't mean I don't love you any less. All right, it just means Zeus has to tend to other affairs in the kingdom. All right, but before we go, and let's land this airplane and sign off. All right, first things first. You all deserve a round of applause for staying here and participating and engaging in this educational experience that we do on TikTok every morning. Give yourselves a round of applause. Exciting, educational, all of that stuff. All right. To all the panelists who had the courage to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, or as I say, shame MAGA, thank you so much. You really do an outstanding job studying and following what's going on to bring the truth out here. I really do appreciate it. Chrissy, thank you so much. To all of the subscribers, to the gifters, all right? Listen, you don't have to, but you do. Thank you. You don't have to. Actually, I said, all of you who tapped the screen, look at that. We're at 100,000 likes. You deserve it. All right, and to my moderators who do an outstanding job keeping these lives clean and pure, all right? Not allowing these folks to defile the kingdom and watching and putting up with Zeus when I do what I do with him, work my magic. You deserve a round of applause. And one more round of booze and shame to the Zeus haters out there, to my critics, to my detractors, those who continue to spread baseless lies and conspiracies, because all we do is tell the truth. Let's give them one last round of booze and shame to the clickbaits. You disgust me. You disgust me. All right, you really, really do.
Silence! You never demon!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, that concludes the morning show. Take care, stay safe out there in these TikTok streets. I'll be back tomorrow. Same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. Look at that, we hit our goal. You are all amazing. Take care. Vote blue. Thank you. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I
Great show, everyone. Thank you.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. I'll see you around, Shay. Reggie! DJ G.
I know my own rules.
I'm a guy. God, call me Zeus.
I'm flyer than an eagle and got bread on me too.
Clickbait.
Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand.
I'm gonna make a poster, and you'll be able to buy posters of Zeus. Clickbait, all right? Can you afford it?
Leave it up to you. I can't hang around with you. You falling up too quick. You a high risk. It's all in the mix. I put a
Shout out everybody. Thank you. Darby, thank you, brother. All right, off limits. Winter range. Oh, conservative Democrat, you're still out there. You're doing a great job.
I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth.
Player hating Apple user.
Such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus.
Hey.
So I'm moving like Zeus. I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus.
Hey. Vote Biden. Looking good, all right, you too. Thank you. Click is Rick.
Thank
you, Jazzy. It's always a pleasure.
Call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm
Conservative Democrat, I see ya. Ella.
I've been waiting for this moment now.
I got JP Farms. JPT Farms. I'm sorry, I gotta shout it out, right? Rio. Mickey P. All right.
Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you're looking like a goof.
Hey!
Wow. Ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you're such a douche. Tried to be patient, but you had to light my
We're winning. Snuggles is losing.
Like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yes. I'm so handsome.
Where's
That's why they call me Zeus.
Hey.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to
where is Snuggles?
like Zeus.
Clickbait, you're next. You're gonna have the same fate as Snuggles. You might want to consult with him. All right, here you go. Here you go.
I just want to buy 11,708.
That's when he committed the crime, right there.
One more that we have.
All right, Reggie. You ready for the Jack Smith remix? I see you, Jerry. I see you, Jerry. Nice to see you. Spencer, Pepper, Gina. Let's go.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. 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 He's deranged. Jack Smith.
It's me.
He's deranged.
It's Zeus.
Jack Smith.
What?
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
What?
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
That makes me laugh every time.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of courage.
And so do I.